Alright. Hello everybody and welcome to the Florencio Files, where we watch a sewer mermaid destroy people's hopes and dreams. We've got one of his Zerg games here, and I love these, especially because it's Zerg versus Protoss. That's right, he's turned from Protoss to the other side of the equation, and boy is it interesting watching him play a different race than Protoss, and of course Terran over the last few months. Down here in the bottom right, in the red, our one and only lovely, filthy, disgusting creature who finally, 6 months into playing Zerg, figured out how to build some workers at the start of the game, double his early economy, and has made the rest of his strategies so much better. It is, of course, Florencio. And in the top left, his opponent's going for a forge. Okay, we might get to see him get a taste of his own medicine. This up here is talent. Technically, talent is the clan tag and then just a barcode, but we're going to go ahead and just call him talent. Now, this probe is not going across the map. He's just chilling. So, are we going to put down a gateway, then go cannon rush, or are we... We're not just defending, are we? Are we? The probe's thinking about it. He's like, Nexus, gateway, maybe a cannon, get a safety cannon, go cannon rush. Protoss player struggling to make up his mind, opts for a gateway. Oh, he actually went for a probe scout himself. I didn't even realize there's already a probe on the other side. So he sees the early gas and pool here for Flo. And Flo comes in with a drone and, of course, starts off by saying, I'd like to expand. The Protoss says, this is my one, though. This is my... It's called a natural expansion because it's next to my main base. It's like I could skim a stone from there. It would go boop, boop, boop. And it would hit that. That's mine. I'm going to put some cannons down and make it mine. You know this isn't going to work, right, Florencio? What do you think you're doing, mate? Just going for a gate, getting a gas, another gas, some probes, another pylon. All seems good here. Talent. Oh, Talent's probe on the other side of the map is unfortunately got a very randy drone after him. This drone has been very lonely. The other drones won't give him a hug. And he says, you know what? Similar to how some people have waifu pillows, I just would love that robot to give me a hug. Come on, give me a hug, buddy. The probe says, oh, this is fucking awkward. Please stop touching me. You don't have my consent. The drone is like, oh, I just want a bit of love, mate. Come and have some fun with me, please. Give me a little cuddle cud. Oh, meanwhile, on the other side, the hatchery cancelled. He ran, before the cannons finished, he cancelled it. He ran to the high ground and just built another one. So we've got a true Captain Dickhead drone there. Shout out to this probe for staying alive as long as it has. Oh, it's one hit. One more hug until it will literally explode like a teenager who's just been hugged by their parents in front of all their friends. But just like a teenager, runs off and I believe is running back to its room on the other side of the map. So, you know, a good choice. It's a good strategy. We've all done it as a 14-year-old. Your mum fucking hugs you in front of your friends and you go, Mum, I love you, but I want to fucking die right now. Please never do that again. I just lost 50 social status points. Please stop. Well, you know who isn't going to stop at all? Showing love of all kinds. Florencio, he says, come on. It's just a bit of a cuddle. And in this case, it's just a bit of a hatchery inside your main base. I mean, that's a finish. He says, oh, come on. It's just a bit of me bodily goop spreading around your main base. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, come on. Look at that. A lovely little surround. 6 little broodlings all cuddling that zealot. And he barely survives that brutal experience. Now, that egg, can that egg survive? No. Has to cancel. And all that's left to show for Florencio's affection is a bloody smear on the ground. But he's forced 4 cannons and a shield battery and a rowboat. And the Nexus is only now about to go down. So he's kept the opponent on one base. And behind this, Florencio's follow-up, totally normal. He's going to build a spore crawler in each base, a spine crawler, a lair, a macro hatch, and he's got his own expansion up. So he's a little, he's ahead on the base. He's down a few workers. He's probably behind in tech. I mean, the Protoss has a lot of tech for later on. But where does Florencio go from here? Because it seems he doesn't have burrow roaches in his opponent's base. He doesn't have a hatchery or spine crawlers in his opponent's base. He's going to have to just build drones for a little bit. And I'm not sure Florencio likes doing that. I mean, it's like telling that guy, you know, your friend Joe doesn't have a shower ever. Yeah, it's like telling him to have a bath. Like, that's Florencio building drones, is watching a sewer mermaid just straight out of the shower. He's just soaped up and scrubbed off the layers of filth. It's not really its natural habitat, you know. I'd say the cleanest a sewer mermaid ever gets is when he's got like one of those bloody plastic bags that's got wrapped around its head while it's swimming down there in the sewers. Some trash is stuck on it. Its head kind of stuck through it like a sad turtle, and it's accidentally scraped some of the poo vestiges off it. But oh, okay, it's okay, guys. Macro time is over. We're going Nydus Spire. Now, for those who don't know, Nydus Worm is really effective because it allows you to burrow through the ground, pop up on the other map from the ground, where you can then pop units out. It's like an instantaneous teleportation tunnel where somehow you can get in here and instantly pop out there. We're still not sure how. Is there a black hole inside the Nydus Worm? I don't know. But something I do know is flying units can't get inside the Nydus Worm. I also know that Florencio's massing Zerglings. He hasn't made Zergling speed yet. I don't want to say it's nonsense. I want to say the point is questionable of what Florencio's doing right now. Did he just build a butthole just because it looks like a spiky butthole? Is that the only... Ah, Jesus. It is, isn't it? He's like, yeah, massing my slow Zerglings. And I think he's seen the Observer, right? Look at this. He's made an overseer. Oh, he has. He says, I'm the one who perverts. Look at me. I've got more eyeballs than you. The Observer says, beep boop, I was programmed to watch. And, oh, does get out of there. So the pervert procession over here, pervert parade. The Overseer, as you can see, lots of big eyeballs all over him. He's got many eyes. The Observer, though, literally is an observer. His job is just to watch. He's programmed. He says, no, I don't feel anything at all. You go, why are you throbbing all the time then? He's like, oh, I'm not throbbing. That's just my energy pulse from my propulsion system. And you're like, what the fuck was that? What was that noise? He's like, oh, nah, man, I'm just doing my job. Just battlefield scouting. It's totally normal. You see like a little bit of fucking Protoss fucking energy juice just fucking fall out of him on the ground. And you're like, okay, yep. Apparently, even when you're designing a robot to watch, it does involve it spilling its bodily fluids in public. Like that homeless guy touching himself. Yeah, we've all seen one. There's always a homeless dude who just is absolutely hand down his pants in public. You're like, what are you doing, man? He's like, oh, just adjusting. And I'm like, you've been doing it for 5 minutes. You're grunting. Please stop. Jesus Christ, there's kids around here, mate. Speaking of just... Is that a second Nydus Worm and a Hydrant? Florencio still on 2 base, massing slow Zerglings. He's decided to make Ling speed now. Why has he even got queens? I don't think he even injects with them, does he? I mean, he must have done some injects. They're not a max. So he's massing queens. He's going to go Hydras, a Bane Nest. He doesn't have a third base. He's like, can you please come and fight me? The crazy thing is, right, his Zerglings do actually counter the units. Like, as much as I make fun of the nonsense that Florencio does. Oh, when the pervy boy says, I see you. I see you hiding there, you sneaky little Zergling. Oh, I see you. Immortals, Sentries, Stalkers, none of these are good versus Zerglings. And check it out, the army's out of position. He's going to go in and get a kill on the third base. Cancel. Ooh, cancels at the last second. Shout out to Talent there. Some quick reactions. Stalker will go down, as will a Pylon, though, and he's a bit too afraid to move out of his base. By the way, can we get a special shout out for this wall in, guys? Check it out. 2 entrances is better than 1, am I right? He's got a hole there and a hole there. Oh, well, any hole's a goal for those Zerglings most of the time, but I think they're going to wait till the Protoss moves out before they try to run in. And with cannons there, they would have to run around the Nexus to get up the ramp. And there's another 2 cannons waiting there. So even with some openings in the wall, it's pretty much a trap as those units would funnel through to their death. Mass Hydra is here. Protoss is going Colossus, and he's getting the Viagra upgrade. That, for those who don't know, the extended thermal lance adds 2 guaranteed to the inches on the range on your Colossus. He's an old Colossus. He wants to stand tall and strong, and he wants to put on his best show. You can see the Colossus has like one of these little straggly beards, kind of like one of those old like Confucian wise Chinese men. He's got the little whiskers coming out. I do like to imagine the Colossus just has a lot of wise sayings. You know, you can't really have a conversation with the Colossus. It's a 100-year-old robot that's been living under the sea for a while. It just answers in parables and shit. It's kind of like talking to the Sphinx. Best thing, maybe it'll give you a riddle. Hold that thought, though. Old Daddy Colossus has his 9 range now. Unfortunately, doesn't do a lot of damage to Nydus Worms, and that's a shit ton of Hydras. Now, there are some cannons to fall back on. Talent doing some good micro. The Colossus doing some pretty good stutter step. He's got to keep it alive. Colossus really good against the Hydras and Lings, but oh no, he's clicked on the Nydus Worm. His units, they're all move commanding in on the right side. They walked right into the Hydras and Queens. So those units on the right going down, the Zealots go through the choke point and get obliterated. Another Colossus comes out, though. These Colossus are roasting and toasting, but that Immortal on the right is going to go down, as are these sentries. There's still one Nydus Worm in the back as well, and the sentries have all gone down. You know what? Not a terrible fight, I think, for the Protoss, but he's got to keep all these probes alive, and oh, he's going to try and push him back, but the double Nydus Worm ready for the switcheroo. He says, I pop in, I pop out. Wait, he pops out. That was a mistake. I think he double-clicked the Nydus. He keeps double-clicking the Nydus and unloading these accidentally. Oh, Florencio. Oh, my God. It's most certainly not Neeb holding the Xbox controller as he blunders that one a little bit. But you know what? He's actually, even though the Colossus are a way better unit here than he has, they don't kill the Queens very quickly. So the Queens are tanking pretty well. He's popping in, popping out, gets the third base, and he says, well, I don't know if it was a good trade necessarily, but it wasn't the worst, which, I mean, is pretty good. If he attacked into force fields, it would have been bad, but attacking with the Nydus in the back door, I mean, a sneaky Nydus in the back door, one of the better ways to get a trade when things aren't necessarily going away. And Protoss goes to take another base. It's blocked by a burrowed Zergling. This one, he couldn't retake straight away because the creep was there. Protoss is pissed off. He's just going to try and go across the map. Finally, he does try to put that Nexus down. But no, what? He's got to queue it up, mate. He's moving the Observer down to the bottom left. Protoss player left a cheeky little changeling in the main as well. He's got to keep an eye out for that one. And Florencio, the genius, is actually going Corruptors, which are going to kill those Colossi very quickly. The problem is he has nothing on the ground, though. Oh, wait. His Nydus is still full. He's got 10 Hydras and 2 Queens inside the Nydus Worm. He's going to have to unload that to defend here. Florencio needs everything he can get. The Nydus Worms need to unload. He's got to defend. Okay, Hydra's coming out. That hatchery getting low, though. Florencio does not want to get knocked back to one base. Oh, Talent really needs to focus that hatchery. He's trying to focus the Corruptors down here, but those Colossus are toast. There's no way he's going to save those. Doesn't save the hatchery either. The Immortal goes down. Ooh, he's actually getting a lot of these Corruptors, so shout out to the Stalker Micro. He just killed 6 Corruptors. Not bad. But the double Nydus, the Stalkers are on the other side of the map. Does he see them? Oh, he does. He does see them. And these are quick warp-ins. But can he stop 2 Nydus? I don't think so. I think he can stop 1. I don't know if he can stop 2. Oh, he's got to kill it before too many units get out. 200 hit points, 150 hit points. No, he doesn't target it. Oh, he nubbed it. He could have killed it. He nubbed it. In the moment, under the pressure, he panicked. Wait, Florencio burrows. That was a completely pointless move. The Stalkers just headbutting their way in. Oh, he needs another round of Zealots. Actually, wait a second. The Zealots are going to clean this up. Talent's doing all right. Talent does end up holding on. Another Nydus on the low ground, though. Florencio never rebuilt the Nexus, and this base didn't get cleared either. So, oh, Talent, he's building a fleet beacon. No, you need economy, and you need to secure your expansions, mate. You can't do this. He's entering the Chaos Zone. The Nydus Worms popping up on the low ground, popping up on the high ground, and doing his head in. This one pervy boy, by the way, Mr. Pervert from the very start of this game. Looking fantastic. An alpha of Chad's hits the field. I don't know why we started building Void Rays in a game where we're fighting Hydra Queen. But I think it's just... she's gone 2 Stargate. Void Ray and a Fleet Beacon. Why? Oh no, he's got no economy, mate. As long as he gets a Nexus up, he should be fine. Flo's still only on 2 bases as well. I mean, Flo's economy sucks. But Flo only has move speed as well. He doesn't have groove spine, so his Hydras only have 5 range. They don't have 6 range right now. How many Hydras he got? Because he's got a bunch in the Nydus. 11 Hydras, 19 Hydras in total, sorry. And 5 Banelings. I mean, that's a pretty scary army. And he's building... Why are we building carriers? Your opponent's maxing things that shoot up, so you're going to build flying things to surprise him? It doesn't make any sense. And, oh, there's a Nydus Worm there. Talent, if he gets this base up and just makes... He can honestly win this game with, like, just charge lots, as long as the Banelings don't get amazing hits. But he might be getting a bit too fancy. Void Rays! Okay, the Void Rays do a good job. They take down the Nydus Worm, but the Hydras get out. They get one of the Voids. And, okay, he's going to warp in Zealots there. Those Zealots should deal with that. Nydus Worm here. He's got to get on top of it. Talent, you got to defend this base. It's right there. His cannon's going to finish at the exact same moment as the Nydus Worm. But a cannon's not going to defend that on its own. The Void Rays go down. The Zealots do take out the Nydus Worm in the main, but they're going to die on the high ground. He does get the Nydus Worm on the low ground. A few Hydras get trapped there. Oh, Zealot's only warping in one at a time. They're hitting the wrong Hydras, but Stalker's blink to the high ground. Talent holds. Talent holds. Another burrow on the Observer. This is going to be so annoying. His Pervert is working overtime. He's sweating. He's like, oh, no, I've just had to do a lot of running. That's why I'm sweating. It's not because I enjoy watching. Fucking freak. Anyways, Talent, if he pulls off gas, he's got lots of gas in the bank and moves a bunch of workers over to the third. He's got a third up. Flow does not. Flow has to do damage. Probably game-ending damage with this next attack. Especially because look at the upgrades. These are +3 Zealots and Stalkers with +1 armor. But there's almost no Zealots left. It's 6 Zealots, 6 Stalkers, 2 Carriers. He's making more Carriers right now. What nonsense. You've got no economy. Holy shit. I didn't realize we were looking at the fucking tribe of Oompa Loompas over here who was saying, you know what? We have 3 spears and 1 basket. That's our entire military's, arsenal right now. What do you think we should go for next? And there's one guy's like, I think we should probably get like maybe a bark shield or something. They're like, nah, we're gonna make a fucking aircraft carrier. You're like, what? What are you doing? They're like, yeah, we think, I mean, we've got a few extra berries left over from this year's harvest. I think we should be able to afford an aircraft carrier or 2. No, you can't. You fucking broke, mate. Well, he's invested in 2 aircraft carriers. Unfortunately, they are from the Victorian era in a time before flight had been discovered. So I'm not exactly... Yep, no, they're useless. They threw paper planes at the Hydras. They're now empty on interceptors and they're doing nothing. No. No. Florencio just like never took a third base. But the Nydus on the high ground, the Nydus on the low ground, Nydus in the back door, Nydus in the front door. And the opponent just got like kind of stressed out, freaked out, and got turtled up on the 2 bases. The burrowed Zerglings, of course, special shout out to them for denying the bases over and over. Okay, you've got to run back. Does this guy not realize? Every time he builds an interceptor, he throws it. No, you got to pull back and engage all at once. He's just swapped in 5 sentries. Oh my god, does he even have a Templar Archives? He has a Templar Archives. He could have made like 7 Archons and won the game. Instead, he's making just sentries and he's spending all of his gas on interceptors, which he keeps attacking with 1 at a time. What are you doing? What are these force fields? Oh my god, Florencio's dragged this guy down to his level. Oh, Talent did some really nice micro moments in this game. But he's just in this position. He's like, yeah, I think just standing there throwing my interceptors at you 1 at a time seems like a good idea. Florencio doesn't even have enough units to feel confident fighting 2 cannons. Like, that's how bad his situation is. Oh my god. Oh my god. I cannot believe this is gonna win the game. And I love the way he's just holding position as well. He's just like, yeah, we'll just wait out of reach. He's gonna go in and try and take out those cannons now. High Templar have warped in, but they haven't morphed into an Archon yet. Why is he fighting out here? Run! Run, make Archons. You have enough gas to make multiple Archons. Ah! Unfortunately, the Oompa Loompa aircraft carrier fleet is going to go down as a bunch of slightly more muscular men with pointier sticks and larger baskets to carry the loot of war do end up winning here for the Florencio Swarm. So, yeah, nicely done. I mean, I think this Protoss player is kind of like, hey, I have capital ships, shouldn't I win? It's all right. He'll come to grips with it at some point, surely. Surely. I mean, Florencio is very happy when his opponent's still in the game because he knows there's a bit of pain. He's got Corruptors right now. He's looking for corner bases. Flo's queued up move commands, and he's like, wait, why are you still in this game, mate? Like, are you, what? He's like, oh, I'll lap it up. I'll enjoy it, mate. The carriers are going to rebuild for 1 last wave. So does he get enough? He doesn't have enough minerals to even refill the carriers. So he's going to be able to get to like mostly full. You can see there, of course, that there's 7, going to be 8. That'll be 8. And this one will get up to 5, maybe 6 or 7 interceptors on that one. So it should be a grand total of maybe, I don't know. Oh, he's got 8, 8, 6. Okay. All right. 22 interceptors. Well, that's more than 22 Hydralisks, so I don't think that's going to work out too well. Even though they still don't have grooved spines, they are smooth brain, smooth spine Hydras. He tries to set up a burrow trap? No. Hey, where'd those Hydralisks go? Don't think he's fallen for that one. Or is he? He's going to go long distance mine. He's like, all right, time to get some minerals, boys. We'll escort you down here. Heck, wait. He knows he's lost. He knows he's lost, right? Look at the way he's moving the carriers. Look, he knows. He's like, all right, yeah, I'm pretty dead, aren't I? I'm pretty dead. Meanwhile, Florencio's like, I should start a third base. 20 minutes into the game, he's building corruptors as well. Oh, these hydras. Hungry hydras. They see those probes. Are they going to go for it? Gonna fast forward. Oh, it's bait. Look at that. Sends one hydra. Wait. He sees it. There's an observer. Observer comes out. He sees the burrowed hydras. The carriers start attacking. The hydras quickly unburrow, though, and they kill every single interceptor. That's going to be that. Talent finally accepts his defeat. GG, well played. See you guys in the next episode of the Florencio Files. And of course, a special thanks to all of our supporters over on Patreon. Maxan, Colonel SC, and Pimp City. A special shout out to you guys on the higher tiers. But a big thanks to everyone who's hopped on the Patreon, as it does allow us to keep on finding the most perpetually perplexing assortment of filth.